what we did, like, it changed a lot of things for a lot of people. It was me essentially like just recognizing somebody that I never met in my life, that I fully believed in, that I thought was really interesting and I wanted to have an interesting conversation with. It pissed off like so many, like all these losers, you know, like story journalists and like this guy and that guy who like feels so entitled to this interview about, and Drake never does anything for like this type of media, and it just like made people so angry. It changed a lot of things. Like it made people more comfortable to go sit down with somebody that they've never sat down with before, you know, like a Nicki Minaj, like go to like Kai Cenat's house, or like these musicians go to like a guy like Blackboy Max's studio and start making songs with him. Like I feel like we did usher in the idea of just like, you can be from two completely different walks of life. The goal is not to be like some unattainable head for your whole life.
I don't think Drake and Bobby had anything to do with people going to Screamers. I think Screamers had Screamers are the reason people started going to Screamers. The Kai Cenats and the Blackboy Maxes, like they're the reason that people go to Screamers, not because of Drake and Bobby.
Althoff.
Yeah, I think he more so is saying that like people try to when he did the first interview, people tried to make it seem like because she's like white and she doesn't know anything about hip hop and all the things, he shouldn't have been talking to her. So he made people feel more comfortable going to people who might not even know who you are, might not know as much about you as a story to hip hop journalist would. But I don't understand.
That's not true though, because the Blackboy Maxes and the Kais, they do know about these people,
and that's the thing. They do know about the culture. Kai knew about Nicki Minaj and was able to talk to her about her records and her albums.
Blackboy Max does music.
Yeah, but
he does beats and
Bobby
raps.
knew nothing about his records. He knew who Drake was, but she didn't listen to the album, listen to the projects, know anything about it. And that's you go to those because you get easy interviews.
Please don't try to cape
No,
for him.
I'm not going to cape. I am going to say though that the argument at the time wasn't that they don't know exactly who he is. It's a different conversation, because even in this conversation, he addressed a lot of things, and people feel like he did it with her because she's not going to push back in a different way that a hip hop journalist would, or a journalist.
You're right, but what he said was wrong. He said that him and Bobby having the conversation is the reason artists started going to those Screamers. It's not true.
Okay.
No,
now, I do have a question, though. Why do we, if we think Drake is, or a lot of people think Drake is a culture vulture and he has to run to Atlanta and hang with Lil Yachty and do all these things to be a part of the culture, why do we care who he talks to anyway?
I don't.
I never heard. Nobody thinks Drake is a culture vulture. Kendrick said that, and not like us.
Yeah, and then that's been the conversation that people have been having and saying that they.
I don't think Drake's a culture vulture.
I think he's half white. So he does half white things.
Yeah.
This was very. I'd never seen Drake's white side as much as I did in this interview.
You ain't been paying no attention.
Yeah, I've been watching him with the wrong journalists, I guess.
You know, I'm a Drake fan, but this interview was boring. I don't think Drake is a culture vulture. I think he's helped a lot of artists get to that next level, and I salute him for that. I just think he goes to people like Bobby because it's an easy interview for him. He controlled that interview. Like,
by the way,
that was his interview.
He's not a culture vulture.
No,
he's just half white.
Oh, stop it.
What are we talking about?
He's not a culture vulture.
He can't lean into his half white side sometime. Let him go do white things.
Well, he can. That's fine. I mean, I just feel like whoever he's around is exactly who he talks like.
Drake acts like Drewski in character. Okay, when I see Drake playing with Bobby, I'm like, is that Drewski pretending to be a rapper?
I just wish he would do a real interview where somebody have a real conversation with him. It doesn't have to be the Breakfast Club. It doesn't have to be this person.